Interviews with pants. It's interviews with people that have pants. The people in these interviews, they've got pants on. 'Cause this is interviews with pants. Thank you.
Hey everybody, welcome to the first episode of Interviews with Pants. I'm your host, Felix Pants, and today's guest is an editor, an illustrator, an animator, an overall very versatile visual artist, and his name is Cameron Grant, aka Camgrants. Hey Cameron, how you doing?
Hey, good. Thanks for having me on your interview show today. I'm excited to be here. I'm excited to jive and have some good conversations with you, Felix.
Nice, thanks for coming, man. So, to start off, how would you describe that is what you do?
I don't know. I do a lot of art stuff. I do art. That's what I do. I do
All
art
right,
stuff.
nice.
Yeah, I'm not that articulate on it. I don't really have quite the artist statement quite yet, but maybe someday.
Well, how about the medium that you use? Like, what is it like? How do you use like digital? Do you do any like actual paper stuff or?
Oh yeah, I do. I mean, primarily now I do a lot of digital stuff in Photoshop and like After Effects and stuff. But hold on, I do a lot of like sketchbook work too.
Nice.
Hold on, I'll show you some pages here. I don't know. I just like to fill up pages and stuff. Actually, let me get to a better one. That was not that good. But yeah, I like to fill up like pages.
Nice. Very gritty, like death themed.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I guess so. A lot of edgy stuff. I'm an edgelord. Not really, but
Nice. So yeah, and you say animator. Do you do any actual like keyframe animation, tweening, or it's all like After Effects keyframe stuff?
Yeah, I went to school for animation, and I used to do a lot of like stuff in Adobe Animate and Adobe Flash before that transition, and I would do keyframe stuff then. But then I don't know, I moved away from it and did more motion graphic stuff, and I don't know, yeah, just so it's mainly just like After Effects stuff now. But I like, the practice is still there. I still practice every day with the hand drawn.
Nice. And yeah, so at school you learned about only animation. Did you do any like Photoshop or After Effects? It was really more like the animation stuff.
I mean, actually, when I was in school, I switched from animation major to illustration major and back like 2 times. Like, so I was like animation major. No, I started as illustration major, went to animation, then switched back to illustration, then went back to animation and graduated with that. But it was always kind of balancing the two.
And did you do any like Photoshop before, or did you learn everything in school? Are you like self-taught, or like how did you learn?
Yeah, I mean, I took a few classes in school, but really like actually there's only one professor that I can accredit to like learning a significant amount from, but mainly self-taught, I would say.
I remember you mentioning like Benny Productions, I think.
Oh yeah,
Live Forever.
Oh, so okay, yeah. So you watched that stream then?
Yeah, it was really fun.
Okay, cool.
And so YouTube, it's how I learned everything. Also Skillshare and stuff like that. In school, you don't. It's hard. Teachers aren't really up to date with their recent software all the time.
Yeah. Right.
And also, I saw on your website or something somewhere that, because I'm not American, you can probably tell from the way I speak.
Yeah, where are you from? I was trying to figure that out. Wait, let me guess. Are you? The name's Felix, so
right.
I don't know, Swedish maybe. I don't know.
Nope.
French.
I speak French, but I'm not from France. I'm a French Canadian. I'm from Quebec.
Oh, okay, Quebecois.
Yes, exactly.
I wish I was I wish I could speak multiple languages, but I'm
American. It's easy when you're not like from the English world, because English is really easy to learn. So, and it's everywhere. Everything I watch is in English, so it's really easy.
Right.
Do you speak anything else
right now, or what?
Yeah, I'm in Quebec right now.
Very cool.
And so, yeah, do you speak anything else like Spanish or something?
No, I wish. Maybe someday. I kind of want to learn Hindi someday because I want to go to India, but
damn,
we'll see.
Do you know if it's like hard? I don't know anything about Hindi.
It's phonic, so I mean, I'm sure it's a difficult thing to learn
Yeah.
growing as a native English speaker, but I don't know. Someday.
Yeah, I'm learning Japanese right now at university, and it's a whole new world. Like the other like
I bet. Yeah, it's a whole new
so
grammatical
complex.
structure, and it's
So I
completely
guess it's
different
the
phonically.
same for Hindi
Yeah.
probably. So yeah, talking about Hindi stuff, I remember again from the Lyle Forever stream, you talked about Buddhism, that you were kind of into it, not an expert or anything. Just
Yeah.
how much are you like? Do you like do as an amateur? Are you practicing a little bit, or do you just read stuff?
I mean, definitely I'm definitely a layperson, amateur, and I read a lot about it, but I wouldn't call myself an academic by any means.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
actually
no,
wearing
I get that.
the Dharma wheel right now.
Oh, nice.
Symbolic of the Buddhist Eightfold
Mhm.
Path, but yeah, I wouldn't consider myself a Buddhist by any means, because
I get it. It takes work to learn about this stuff. And,
right, just interested,
mhm.
just sincerely interested in the
Yeah, recently I've been rewatching The Midnight Gospel by Duncan Trussell.
Mhm.
There's Buddhist references all over the place in that thing. It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's so good.
He's my favorite one of my favorite comedians, at least. Yeah, I've been listening to
the podcast is pretty fun.
I love it.
Yeah, I think he did one recently with Bob Thurman. I think it was.
Oh yeah, Bob Thurman follows me on Instagram, actually.
We'll get to that. You got some
Okay.
celebrities like following you on Instagram. You're a pretty big deal. Thanks for coming on, man.
I'm not that big a deal. Come on.
I get that.
Yeah.
We'll get to that later in the.
Yeah, I'm definitely interested in talking about that.
So so Bob Thurman follows you on Twitter. Not on Twitter, on Instagram, right?
Yep.
How'd that came to be?
I think I did a piece. Well, same way most of the so-called celebrities that follow me. I did like a Photoshop piece, fan art piece of it of him, and he, I guess, was interested in enough to follow.
Oh.
There.
Yeah, he seems
cool,
like a cool guy.
He's like Uma Thurman's dad too. You know that, right?
Yeah, I found that. I found out when I was like listening to the podcast. I Googled him, and it was like Uma Thurman, and
yeah,
like, damn, small world.
But he's a great scholar of Tibet, and he was one of the first. I think, if not the first American to be ordained in the Vajrayana Buddhist tradition as a monk. He's obviously since disrobed, but he's a cool guy.
And so is Duncan Trussell. Very funny and interesting guy.
Oh yeah,
I love
that part. I think that podcast was a little bit of a letdown too when I listened to it. It was just him rambling about Trump, and I wanted him to talk about theology more. But
and
sure
also the stuff like Duncan talked about, because I think he's been into this for a couple of years, like Buddhism, and it was like pretty basic stuff from what I remember. It was like just like you learned that Tibetan people weren't like the Dalai Lama was in India because of the Chinese government.
Right. Yeah, he has to live in exile now, unfortunately.
Yep.
Pretty, and the Tibetan people are brutalized.
Oh yeah, that's horrible, and it's it's really not the best people to defend themselves. Like they're not violent or anything. Yeah, there's definitely an like Eastern inspiration to your art stuff. I mean, I've seen like some like dragons or creatures that look a bit more like Eastern style than.
I mean, not just that, but I think more so just a comparative religious interest is what kind of drives a lot of the work too. Like I'll do Western influence as well, as far as like the religious side of things go. I like to look at a lot of religious art and try to make something new out of it, with respect to the religion.
Always, always. Well, I mean, religion has influenced art for like centuries. Like it's always been a driving force for art, so it's definitely a good source of inspiration. But yeah, moving on from Buddhism, I mean, that's definitely an interesting topic. Maybe we'll come back to it. But so on Instagram lately, you've been doing like some design stuff with clothing. Are you in the works with something related to clothing, or is it just...
Wait, what do you mean? Hold on, I gotta look at my Instagram. I post so much I don't even remember most of the time. What do you...
there's always 4 arms, and there's like 10 of them. Like,
I just like I saw that. I remember now. Yeah, I just like looking at that's another. I just like looking at like fashion a lot of the time too. So I kind of go through in and out of phases of reoccurring stuff. They just kind of ricochet around.
Hmm. Do you have any like inspiration or people that you follow in the fashion world?
Nobody I can think of off the top of my head, really. That's a good question. I'll have to get back to you on that.
No worries. Maybe like Gila Klein for sure.
Oh yeah, definitely. That goes without saying. Yeah,
Yeah.
Teddy Fresh for sure.
Of course.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's cool. Well, what would you say are like projects that are coming up that you can talk about? Of course, like, are you just
Sure.
like steadily working the usual stuff, or anything bigger coming up?
Yeah. I mean, I'm helping right now. I'm helping out with a friend's short animation. I'm doing a lot of background illustration for that. A lot of background painting. Maybe, yeah. I mean, maybe I'll get back into Adult Swim social media stuff. We didn't even talk about that yet, but I used to work at Adult Swim and still freelance from time to time. But yeah, the company's in transition right now, so it's kind of a weird time to submit content to them.
I
But
didn't know
yeah,
that.
so yeah, I used to work there, and I don't know, and just like anything personal work that I'm inspired to make,
Yeah, of course.
on Instagram and wherever.
Yeah, Adult Swim. Like how? I mean, you talked about it a bit with Lyle, but what did you do like over there?
I started as an intern. I started as an intern in the live stream department there, which has since unfortunately shut down this past year. Rest in peace to the Adult Swim streams. That's where I learned everything I know. But yeah, so I started as an intern there in the digital department, and then from there, I got picked up in the television production side and did a lot of background paintings for 12 Ounce Mouse and just general like production assistant work for various shows there. Yeah,
And that's like a legit like art job. How would that feel? Like, did it feel like rewarding?
it was awesome, man. I grew up, like when I was a kid, I watched Adult Swim, and 12 Ounce Mouse was like a weird show that hypnotized me as a kid. And then it was kind of bizarre to be working on that show for Matt Malero professionally. So it was bizarre.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely a cool world, the whole like background painting. It's like the place where there's most detail or most time spent because you're not animating it. And it's like, yeah, it's cool. Have you done or do you plan to do any like video game background stuff?
I mean, if the opportunity arises, I'm never opposed to that kind of thing for sure. Yeah. I don't have any like immediate plans, but I mean, I'm not opposed.
And yeah, so Lyle mentioned that he also worked there. Like, did you meet him? I think you said you never
No.
actually met, but how would that work? How did you actually meet up?
We just have a lot of mutual friends there because at the time I had left and then continued doing freelance stuff from home here. And then, I mean, he started as an intern and then got picked up. And then, now he does the Therapy Gecko streams, but we just kind of connected randomly through a mutual friend, Max Simone, who was the creator of Game Setu Machu Picchu and one of the creators of Tender Touches on Adult Swim. And he was a big personality on the Adult Swim streams.
Nice. I mean, yeah, the Therapy Gecko streams are great. I love them. It's great.
Have you watched any of the Adult Swim streams before at all, or no?
I didn't even know about them.
Nobody did. That's why they shut down. So I mean, I highly encourage you in this video. I can give you a bunch of resources after this interview if you want to. But there's one thing that I did like on a show called Blood Feast there, and that was the best show that I like to play around on.
What do you know about MILFs?
What category would you put your mom in for porn?
Gilf?
Gilf? That's too young for a gilf. Actually, well, that's the MILF gilf cusp.
It would have to be an incest thing.
So yeah, a lot of Lyle's streams, I'm guessing, are a direct influence from his time at the Adult Swim streams, with the call-in aspect and just kind of the chaos of that.
Yeah, I mean, I found out about them on your website. Like you mentioned your experiences, and I didn't even know. Like I know Adult Swim from like Rick and Morty and like big cartoons from them. I'm from Canada again. Like it's not really like a channel that I just like I find their stuff.
Right. They only were syndicated there very recently, I think, like within the past 3 or 2 years, even Adult Swim was. So I don't even.
Yeah. And also, I don't remember when was the last time that I actually watched TV. Like it's all Netflix and
Oh,
other
I don't.
streaming.
From the entirety of my experience working at the television network, I haven't had a cable subscription. I haven't had it since I was like 10. So,
Yeah, it's
yep.
kind of a dying industry.
Oh, for sure, for sure. That's why everything's
Mhm.
going to, streaming services.
True.
And that's actually something I picked up too when I was there. Is that the new media is the future. So, you doing this video interview right now,
Hell yeah.
this could be bigger than Adult Swim someday.
Who knows? Sky's the
Here's
limit.
hoping, bro.
Yes. Talking about that, do you have any plans on like becoming like super famous or anything, or are you just like this side character on some streams and you just do your stuff on the sideline?
Yeah, I mean, fame kind of scares me a little bit, to be honest with you. Because I don't know. Yeah, I don't want that many eyeballs on me. What I would prefer is like to be someone at the helm of a famous project, I guess, like, a Gendy Tartakovsky type, but that's too grandiose even for me. Like someone who's well respected in the artistic field, but maybe I can go out in public without getting hounded,
Yeah, that does sound nice.
Yeah.
Just to have some privacy. Mhm. Yeah, I get
but
that.
just to be like known within a field and still be successful. I'd like to be a billionaire artist, but just invisible.
Yeah, right now, do you like survive off of your art, or do you still have to kind of?
Yeah, I mean, my day job right now is I'm a marketing designer for the place. Yeah, it's just a marketing graphic designer, and that's pretty boring stuff. So, but eventually, I'd like to transition either to be working in a funner job or just to survive off my own art, off my own accord.
Yeah, right now you're pretty big on Instagram because of all the shout outs you get. Like you're a big memer, like you make
Yeah.
memes for people. Like I know from like H3H3, Fantano, and Lyle. I saw Lyle, you did merch, right? For Lyle Forever?
No, I just photoshopped his merch onto funny things. Like I photoshopped his t-shirts onto like Dr. Phil and stuff and like Drake, but I didn't design any of that. He's his own.
Oh, right. I saw a story or something that.
Yeah, like yeah. Like I said, yeah, I just photoshopped him.
I get it. And you said like Bob Thurman. Is there anyone else that you're like that knows you about your like photoshops, anything?
I mean, very recently, one of my favorite artists followed me out of the blue. Someone I grew up looking at his work. It was Alex Pardee.
I'm not aware of.
He's really good. But yeah, so that was like a pretty bizarre for me. I don't know. I don't really pay too much mind about the big people, and like my Instagram following. Well, I have like a decent amount of followers. Nobody likes my shit. It's kind of a bummer. Unless I post like some goofy picture, like a goofy meme, then
yeah, that gets shared on the person's
exactly.
profile. Yeah, talking about Fantano, just so that people know.
Right.
When I reached out to you a couple of weeks ago, you sent me like this picture of you and Fantano, and like without any explanation. So there's you like right there looking kind of depressed, and the dog too, and there's just like Fantano in the middle looking like a fucking maniac.
Yep, and a bunch of wacky art and stuff around. Yeah, so that was taken at the Adult Swim studio there. I was before that even happened, I again photoshopped memes and shit for Anthony, and he was aware of me. And when I was working there, and he was on tour at the time, and I saw he was coming to Atlanta, so I sent him a DM asking, "Hey, do you want to cut tour of the studio and stuff?" And I got him on one of the streaming shows, and and then we took some. There's another picture, but that one was just funnier.
Yeah. What year was this? Sorry if you mentioned it earlier.
Shit. Was it 2018? Maybe 2017.
Yeah, that looks like a younger version of Fantano. It doesn't look like this anymore. You also look different, kind of.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I had shorter hair then, but I think I look generally the same. Once my hair grows in a little bit, I still
maybe it's the glasses.
Yeah, right. But yeah, that was fun. I just gotta not work and hang out with.
Nice.
And he is big in person. He caught me off guard. Him and his buddy who was on tour with. I still talk to Lewis there, who I think took that photo. But yeah, he's a tall guy.
Yeah, I've never really seen him like compared to anyone else. So I didn't know that. I know that he has like this big butt, these big melons. He's showing them off on like
He-
Instagram.
Yeah, he's like he's strong too. You can tell in person. It's tough to tell when it's like this type of shot, but he's built.
Yeah, have you seen that picture where we see that he's actually sitting down? Did that?
Yeah, did you see the Photoshop that I did of him standing up?
It's a while ago. I remember a lot of photoshops. Was it just like two small legs or something?
Yeah. Well, no, it was like I made it look like he was standing up instead because I didn't like it. But, I don't know.
I remember some photoshops. I don't know if it was yours.
Yeah. Right.
Maybe.
Yeah.
It,
But I've done a bunch of
I
goofy
was
stuff.
freaked out by this.
for
I
him.
always thought he was standing up. I don't.
Right. It's like a Mandela effect type deal.
Yeah, his posture is like on point. Like he's
Right.
straight up.
You gotta do that too.
Yeah. Yeah, I can see he's probably a big guy, strong guy.
Yeah, like I'm 6 feet and I felt tiny next to him.
God damn. Yeah, I can't imagine. Like I'm like 5'10" or something.
Yeah. But he's not like, a basketball player's height, but he's pretty
Yeah.
big. Yeah.
I mean, look at the daughter's record. Like, what memes have really come?
Hi, Anthony. I just want to personally thank you for that perfect 10. You truly do have the best teeth in the game, brother.
Well, talking about Fantano, like let's talk music. Like, what do you like to listen to?
I listen to pretty wide variety of stuff.
Yeah, it's
I don't-
always everything.
Yeah, this is a difficult question to postpone to pin down.
Name a couple of artists just like recently you've been listening to or anything that you like.
Well, here's a fun question that I like to ask people. What's the most obscure type of music that you listen to? Because everybody listens to listens to a bit of everything.
Mhm.
I'm sure there's a few outliers that people touch, but I like to listen to a lot of opera. That's my
Damn.
obscure thing. I like a lot of Giacomo Puccini. He's good.
Damn.
I like stuff like that. Verdi. I like the Italian composers. So I don't
Does
know.
it like relax you? Do you like vibe and
No, it's beautiful stuff. I just like to chill and listen to it, and I sometimes I'll watch the operas with the subtitles on and stuff, and it's nice. It's fun.
oh yeah, because operas are often like shows, like theater almost, right?
Oh yeah, and they're like the most grandiose. They have like the biggest like, sets and the most elaborate costumes and stuff. And it's kind of like somewhere between a movie and a play.
Yeah. Whenever someone mentions opera, the first thing that comes to mind is Homer Simpson like lying on his back singing. I don't know if you've ever seen that episode of The Simpsons.
Yeah. That was he was singing Camelot. He was singing If Ever I Would Leave You. That's it. Yeah. It's from a
Yeah,
good
I mean
play.
that's a good subject. How would you just stumble upon like opera? How did this interest like come up?
I don't know. I just got in, like, I don't know, progressively listened to more and more of it. And like I also listen to like 90s hip hop and stuff. I listen to like Mobb Deep and get like OG gangster rap, stuff like that too. And I listen to contemporary trap stuff too. I listen to whatever. Really. But opera is just, that's the one I like to pull out to be a special snowflake. I keep that in my back pocket.
Yeah, it's definitely a flex. Like I've never heard that from anyone.
Right. I don't know.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, go ahead.
Oh, sorry. The best, like I'm bringing it back to Adult Swim streams, but the best part of that job was that we got to film a lot of bands and stuff too. So that was my favorite part of the job, was filming musicians.
Yeah, there must have been like big shows, like it's Adult Swim, like there was music and everything. Like what was going on in these streams?
I mean, sometimes they would have like big artists come through, but some of my favorite stuff was when like local acts from Atlanta. I lived in Atlanta at the time, and they would just have like local bands and like musicians from Atlanta come in, and they would kind of give them a nice platform for them to play their music on for an hour. And we would like build sets for them and stuff. That was great.
Where did they like do multi-stream on Twitch and YouTube at the same time? Was it on their website? Like
Initially it started, like a multi-stream type deal. And then they eventually just kind of lived in hermitage on their own website and app. And I think that's kind of what did them in the end, personally, was that they lived on an island when they could have branched out a bit. But also by the same token, I feel like if they did what they did on Twitch, they would have been banned immediately.
goddamn.
Yeah. For a lot of it.
Well, that must have been interesting, at least.
Yeah, for sure. Great.
Yeah. So I remember again because I remember seeing some notifications because I follow them on YouTube, Adult Swim, and I remember some like pop-ups of like live streams, but there's like 100 live streams at the same
Right,
time.
exactly.
Online. So it wasn't. I never like. It felt like a corporation like live streaming. I didn't have. Any
Oh
interest
man,
for
you
it.
missed out then. I'm
Yeah.
sorry to say, you
Oh,
missed
God
out. You missed out on Fish Center Live, which was a great show, where they just filmed a fish tank and had a whole sports league around it. There's just a bunch of good original programming.
Yeah, it's a cool company. Definitely
It
Adult
was.
Swim.
We'll see how it goes in the next few years.
Yeah, I mean, every time I followed someone that did like trashy animation on YouTube, if there was some place that they could actually make a show on, it was Adult Swim. It's like the only place you can actually make stuff where you can swear and stuff.
Oh yeah, and I mean they recruit a lot of the time from digital platforms like YouTube and stuff for shows like Off the Air. Michael Cusack, who he got picked up to do his own show, and the Smiling Friends pilot was in production and everything. And I don't know, there's they were, I don't know if anymore, very in tune with what was hip.
Yeah, well, now that it's dead, or like for the time being that it's dead, I remember you saying in the same live stream with Lyle that you were talking about like wondering who to rate at the end, and you rated Big Joe or Uncle Joe, if I remember.
Uncle Joe, yeah.
Uncle Joe. And you said it, you just stumble upon people on Twitch. How do you do that? There's no like trending page on Twitch. How do you find people?
Yeah, I mean, I kind of just, I haven't done this in a while, but I used to just like kind of browse through channels and see what stood out, and Uncle Joe definitely stood out. Uncle Joe show. Did you watch any of it?
Yeah, when the raid happened, I was there for a couple of minutes.
Yeah, he's a great talent too. He, excuse me, sorry. He's very musical, he's very entertaining, he's great. He's good at Photoshop too.
Goddamn, I didn't see that.
Just try to reach out to him for an interview.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, when we got there with the raid, he already like lost his voice because he was screaming for like I don't know how many hours.
Dude, he does it. That's his every stream. He screams his lungs out as soon as he's the best, man. I love it.
Yeah, and
as soon as
the whole
anybody
vibe
does
was
anything.
surreal.
Yep,
there was like the two
awesome.
dudes in the backgrounds when the raid happened, because there was a bit of delay. Like I was watching a couple minutes and then the raid happens. Everybody jumping up. It was amazing.
Oh yeah, yep. He's the best.
Do you have any other people like you'd like to give a shout out? Like, there's not many people on subscribe to me right now. It's not a big shout out, but
that's fine. But someday you're going to be
right
in the multi-millions. You're going to be the next Mr. Beast. You're going to be the next. Hopefully not James Charles. He's getting canceled
right now.
You're going to be the next. I don't, who's hip right now. You're going to be the next Trisha Paytas. You're going to be the next Ethan Klein. You're going to be the next PewDiePie.
Yeah,
because your name is Felix too.
Hell yeah!
Look at that. Wow. On the way there.
Well, I don't know how
halfway
big
there.
I'm gonna get. I don't plan on doing this like all the time. It's just fun for fun, really. But
dream big.
Hell yes. Anyway, that's not my interview. What the hell are you doing, man? Upstaging me like this. All right, let's go back to you, man. So, going back to your education, I'm Canadian, if you don't remember, and I saw that you had this mention somewhere. Magna cum laude. What the fuck is this?
Oh, magna cum laude?
yeah. It reads like cum laude.
Magnum cum laude. Magma cum laude. It's when the earth is about to cum and it makes a volcano explode.
Damn.
Yeah.
What did you do at uni to get that? Yeah, I googled it.
Jacked off the ground.
Yeah. So damn, you must have been a pretty good student. Because like the magna is like the big one, or does everyone get this? I don't know.
Well, no, there's summa cum laude, which is the big one. But let me tell you something.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. Let me get a little close here.
Hell yeah.
That's a lie. I didn't graduate with magna cum laude.
Oh my god. You heard it here, folks.
Think I'm smart.
Camgrants is canceled on my show.
Yeah. Hey, the
you
truth will set you free.
Everything.
Yeah, I know everyone's up until this point. But no, that's for employers to think I'm smart. That's called trickery. That's called lies. Is what that is.
I mean, you're definitely getting the job done, so that's what matters in the end. Right?
Exactly. Yeah, I should probably take that out now that you mention it. But you know what? I'm gonna be a bad boy. I'm gonna leave some lies in there.
Hell yeah.
That's the only lie. That's the only lie in there.
Yeah, I can't trust you anymore.
Hey, I'm completely transparent with you.
All right. Amazing. At least you're doing this with me. Like as long as you're frank with me.
Right,
Keep it
exactly.
real.
Yep.
Right. So you're-
Magnum cum laude.
So yeah, moving on. I wanted to ask you about like we've already covered like what's big like coming up, but what would you like to do that's not actually happening like right now? What's your big projects like in the long run?
I don't even know if I can talk about this yet.
God damn.
You
Yeah,
get about
don't spill the beans. Like don't
Okay.
keep it for yourself if you don't
yeah.
want
I'm
people
gonna
to steal.
I'm just gonna say stay tuned is all I'm gonna say about that because there is
God
something
damn.
potentially big coming up that I can't really talk
Damn.
about right now.
You
So
teasing us.
I'll tell you when we stop recording. But I can't.
All right.
Yeah, I just can't on air.
Well, I mean, I won't complain. I'm not gonna.
Okay, yeah. Right,
I mean-
but it'll come out eventually.
And are there people that you've never worked with or that you're not working on this project, like that you'd like to collab with in the future?
Sure, yeah. Gee,
Could be like music or anything, or like director.
Kanye West, Elon Musk. Let me see. I don't know, man. Anybody. I'm down to work with anybody that has a cool idea out there. I would love to work with like musicians and do like album covers and stuff too. That's fun. It's always fun to do that kind of thing.
Could design,
but nobody
some
specific,
Yeezys,
really.
Some easy design for Kanye. I mean, you've
Yeah,
done.
that'd be fun. I hate his designs, but maybe it could be fun.
Yeah, well, give your touch, make it better. Like
Exactly.
put your vision out there.
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
Like you've done
Someday.
some shoe mock-ups, right? Like you've
Yeah. I mean, that was just me practicing around. That's on my
Right.
portfolio there. That's nothing serious.
Yeah, I mean, look good for sure.
Thanks.
Don't know how.
Thank you. I mean, I threw.
'cause
Yeah.
Did
just
you do
threw shit on
actually
Jordans.
any like stretching for like the shape, or would it come out like differently?
What do you mean? Sorry.
Because like the shoe has its texture and it's like bumps and things. When you design shoes, I don't know if you're like an expert in this, but do you
Oh
like
no.
account for like the bumps and like the laces? Or,
I mean, I didn't design that shoe at all. I just put
Yeah.
just put a texture on the fabric there. But yeah, like when I do that kind of thing, I do try to make a divot and work. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But I do it a lot in like I have done stuff for tiny build games. That's something that was real. Hold on one sec. Let me grab something real quick.
hell yeah.
I have my blanket right here. This is my warm blanket. Hold on. I did the skateboard design and t-shirt design for
Oh,
the
it's a
video game
neighbor
Hello-
game.
yeah, for Hello Neighbor.
Now I can't play this game. I can't deal with horror. Like this is not even like high horror. It's just I can't deal with stress.
I haven't even played it, but my buddy who I met at Adult Swim went on to work there, and he was actually one of the founding members of Twitch. John Carnage. Shout out John Carnage.
Is it the guy with the long hair? I don't know. I've
Long
seen someone
hair.
on TikTok that's like the.
Oh no, that's
co-creator.
Justin Kahn. That's Justin
Right.
Kahn. He wasn't like the founder, but he was on the
Oh,
founding
oh.
team.
Gotcha.
One of the very early people when they were broke.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's a Twitch emote too, forever.
Damn.
Yep.
Well, forever we don't know. Like we know what happened with PogChamp.
But that's true. Yeah, I don't think he'll be making any anything like that.
Good for him. Good for him.
Yeah.
We like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, talking about TikTok, your TikTok account is kind of
Sucks.
cursed, right?
Yeah.
What the fuck's going on there?
I don't even. What was the last TikTok I posted? I don't even know. See, yeah,
what
you're
was
much better at it than me.
The dancing
Pop-
like capybara or something. Is this how it's
Oh,
called in
yeah.
English?
Yeah. I don't know. I just try to make stuff that's like visually jarring.
I mean, it's definitely content.
I guess so. Yeah, it's very low effort, but
with
very,
the
very
hyper
fun
pop
for
like
me.
sugar
Yeah.
crush. Yeah, I mean,
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
I'm glad you liked it because you're one of
Yeah.
like two people that that hit the like button on it, but you know, it was fun for me.
Yeah, I mean, I popped up on your feed. Yeah, how?
Yeah, that was
what
bizarre.
are the odds?
Yeah. Yep, very
Goddamn.
strange.
Yeah, I just did like 3 TikToks. I put them out there in one day, and one of them blew up like crazy.
Is that the one that
Yeah.
I commented on? Okay, yeah. I mean, that's seems to be the magic of the platform. There's that things
Yeah,
just
it's
blow up
crazy.
out of the blue.
Yeah, who knows? Maybe your like capybara and like cats with beards like are gonna blow up someday.
Maybe someday. I don't know. I'm not trying to make a career out of that,
Yeah,
but
no.
we'll see. Yeah. So is that something that you are trying to focus on too? Is TikTok stuff? Or are you just making them for
No,
fun?
not at all. Like,
Not at all.
I don't want to be like super famous either. I just do projects when I have the time. Like, I really these days I can't film stuff. Like right now it's my break week at university,
Right.
but I'm swamped. I can't do this.
Right. Well, I appreciate you taking the time to interview me today. You know, that's
That's all the pleasures for me, man. Thank you for coming on. This feels surreal. Like,
no, I'm nobody, man.
well, I mean, it's the same as everyone else because I mean I've been listening to your voice on the live stream, so it feels like there's a weird disconnect right now. I feel like I'm watching at the same time as interacting with you. It's so weird.
Yeah. Well, you know, I'm just happy to be here as well. I'm happy to chat and share my art if I can. You know.
Yeah, I think I saw another stream. How is he called? Hamfreeze? Is that your friend's name?
Yeah, Ty.
That stream's crazy too, right? The visuals, like, there's all over.
Ty is a genius. Did you watch the cheese cook-off show we did?
Saw a bit. I think,
okay.
Were you there in that one?
Yeah.
There was cheese all over the place. Like,
yep.
Yeah. I saw
there was
a little bit of that.
Unfortunately, when we did like the cheese judging part of it, that the video was kind of scuffed because like the internet was a little bit scuffed. But like as far as like the design of everything went, it was beautiful, and like we used a lot of the old Adult Swim streaming stuff. He worked there too, and so I don't. He does a great show. Shout out to
Hamfreeze.
Twitch Hamfreeze, yeah, twitch.tv/Hamfreeze.
Yeah, it wasn't the one that I saw you on. It was the you were playing drums or something. I don't remember what was going on.
Oh, that
like
one. Yeah, that was very chaotic. That was fun too. Yeah, that was fun. Yeah, I just visited some friends recently, and it was a nice reunion for that.
Yeah, how's COVID around you? Like, can you see people? What's going on?
So I've seen like next to nobody since this whole thing started. Really, I just been. I mean, it's pretty chaotic everywhere. You know, I think the numbers are going down in my area for now. So I don't know. Yeah, it's bad. That's how it's going.
Yeah,
but
time.
We were safe. So.
Did it change anything about your work, or is it all just from home? And you?
Yeah, I mean, I work from home. I used to work in an office. Now I work from home, and I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it.
Great.
Hated going to the office.
So yeah, I mean, let's go over to Photoshop. I mean, Photoshop. How would you describe? Like, are you really like? I saw you a little bit on the Live Forever stream. Like, how like? I don't want to say fluent. That's for languages, but like how quick are you? How good are you at it? Like, how long you been doing this?
Let me preface this with saying, let me preface it with saying like there's a difference between arrogance and confidence, and I feel like I am very confident that I'm very good at it. I think I proved it on that stream too. I can do things pretty quickly to a pretty high quality, but if I take more time on it, obviously it'll come out better on things. But I'm definitely somewhere on a mastery level.
For how many years have you been doing this? Like the whole Photoshop thing?
I mean, serious, like taking it's probably like in the past 5 or 6 years or so, I have to say. But before that, I was always kind of aware with it and goofed around with it.
What was the version? Was it like CS5 or something? Like
I think the very first version I played with was in like school on like a school computer. It was like CS3 or something, but I never really I never learned anything at that point. It was just like for a class, but it was definitely like captured my interest at the time and re-blossomed later in life.
Yeah, what happened for me is they gave us GIMP, so that do you know GIMP at all?
Yeah, I when I couldn't afford Photoshop or I didn't know how to torrent it, I would use GIMP at first.
As a child, GIMP like fucked me up. I didn't understand anything, and it's like I had this aversion for like photo editing because it was just like so foreign for me, like just crazy.
Right.
I'm trying to get back to it because now I have the whole like Creative Cloud suite.
Oh, nice. Yeah. Yeah.
And yeah.
Sweet.
So,
You do a lot of like video editing stuff. What do you use? Do you use Premiere?
yeah, Premiere.
Sweet.
I don't really use After Effects because I've learned it in the past, but I'm really, really rusty and like I'm just lazy. Like I could do like for videos like more crazy stuff, but I'm just more comfortable with the like pen tool from Premiere. I'm just
For sure. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, work with what you're confident with, you know? Are you going to school for video and production?
So the way the school system works here in Quebec is a bit different. So
Okay.
it's like I've already been to like 2 different universities, but I started at 17. So there is like this like pre-university like school, and there I studied film. So there was like production and like film theory and history. We did a little bit of editing, but I learned everything on YouTube and stuff.
Cool. Yeah.
Again,
YouTube
what are you
University.
doing this to me, man? You're flipping this on.
Hey, no, I mean, I like to know about other people too, you know?
Yeah, it's good. Yeah, I learned. The one thing I did on After Effects, which I was kind of proud of, is I filmed myself looking at a mirror, and I flipped like some phone recording from the mirror, and I like tracked on the mirror, and I looked. Like
cool.
So I played around with it a bit, but I'm no expert at all.
Yeah, I mean, you know, you got to start somewhere though.
Yeah. I'm not desperate. It's gonna come someday. I just don't have the time anyway.
For sure. Yeah.
So, do you have any like resources talking about that, or like channels on YouTube, because YouTube's cool for film, to recommend to people that like to get into this like graphic design or illustration or animation?
I mean, the one guy I shouted out before was Benny Productions for Photoshop stuff. He definitely changed the game as far as my knowledge went. A lot of that's it's intermediate to higher level stuff, but I'm sure you can pick out like some basic stuff if you're just getting started out there. And other than that, I just type in like YouTube, like Photoshop tutorial, and just kind of browse around. There's plenty of good people on their own. I think that just learning the hotkeys for things is really the best thing to learn at first, and just watch videos on hotkeys.
Do you have a graphic tablet, like a?
I do, yeah. My Cintiq just broke, and it was like the first generation Cintiq, but now I bought this.
Hey, it's
the name Huawei or something, or no, not
Huion.
Huion, yeah. They're cheaper, and this one I love it. It's good stuff.
I have a Huion, but it's not the one where you can see what you're doing, so it's hard to draw. It's the like you look at your screen and you draw like on the table.
Right, that's what I started using too.
Like the Intuo Pro stuff.
Yep, exactly. Yeah. But I mean, yeah, that's if you ever can afford to invest in one, I think they're worth it if that's what you're interested in doing. Yeah,
I've had mine for like I want to say like 7 years. They're durable for sure.
Yeah, man. Yeah, for sure.
Huion Huion's good.
Yep. Huion. Yeah. Good stuff. And that literally just happened like 2 weeks ago. I just got that. So because I had first generation Cintiq forever too. And just broke.
How thick is the first Cintiq? Like the Cintiq is the one you like can grab around and run with it, right?
Yeah, no, actually, no, I forget the name of that, but that's kind of like this. It's just you plug it in the screen, but the first generation was old as fuck. It was like still VGA. I had to get a VGA to HDMI converter for it and stuff. So
nice.
Yeah.
Well, we've covered a lot of ground. We haven't talked about video games. I talked about in the beginning. Do you enjoy any video games at all?
I used to be more into it, but nowadays I play a lot of like VR stuff for my Oculus Quest, and I love that.
Is the Oculus Quest on like a console? Is it like your PC? What's going on?
It's self-contained. It's like its own console. Where you just like you can just bring it.
And there's no like thing that like captures your data or your data. How do you say data in English? Do you like data? There's a big debate, right?
Either one. I'm not a stickler for either. What do you say? Data? I
Data is
say
the one.
Data just because I watched Star Trek: The Next Generation, and that's the robot character. The android character's name is Data.
I'll go with Data. That sounds
Okay.
better for me. All right. So there's no like information capture around you. You're just with the screen, the little goggles.
What do you mean? Like, there's no?
Like the
Like-
HTC Vive, yeah, there's the things in the corner of your room, right?
Oh, there is. There is.
Oh, there is. All right.
Oh no. Well, no, it's not like that. It's like there's little cameras on the front of it, and then you draw a border around your room, and it makes the perimeter like that, and it just like scans. So if you get too close to something, it'll have a wall pop up there.
Yeah, VR seems
Pretty
so
nifty.
cool. I've
Yeah.
never played it. Have you ever played Super Hot in VR?
Yeah, it's a fun one. Yep, that's a really good one. I
Looks
like
so
to play. Yeah, I like to play Onward in it. I got it because of the quarantine, actually, because I just wanted to be more social somehow and feel and replicate some sense of interaction with people. So I got the Quest. And,
Do you play any VR chat?
sometimes, but on the Quest, it's a little. It's more limited, but I still play it occasionally.
Nice.
I like. Do you know what Rec Room is? That's pretty fun. I like it, but I hate it because it's like Roblox. So there's a lot of young kids on it, and I hate that. I feel creepy when I'm on it, so I mute my mic and just play the games.
Well, if I saw some footage, I'd probably recognize it, but
Yeah, it
doesn't
looks like
ring a
Roblox
bell.
in VR, pretty much.
um,
But yeah, I used to play. Do you know what Habbo Hotel is?
no clue.
No clue.
Is it
That
big?
was-
Is it like underground stuff? It really
I
doesn't
don't-
ring a bell.
It was a big game probably back in the day, but that was the one video game I played all the time growing up. It was like a social, like not even like MMO. It was just like a social online game for the browser, and if there was a point that I could, pinpoint like all of my artistic influence springing from, or just any kind of influence at all, really, it would be through Habbo Hotel, playing
Yeah,
Habbo
damn.
Hotel. Because I learned how to like very early on. I learned how to like pirate Photoshop from it, and I learned Photoshop tutorials on like fan sites and stuff. And I don't know, just a lot of shit inspired me from playing a shitty chatting video game.
Yeah. Talking about inspirations, like as far as like illustrations go, or like drawing, do you have any cool do you watch anime? Do you watch any anime?
Again, quarantine kind of brought. I used to be a bigger weeaboo, but quarantine brought my weeb side back out. I recently started
Hell
watching
yeah.
Hunter x Hunter. I noticed you were in a Naruto shirt. I got to watch that eventually, but I haven't watched much of it. But it's on my list for sure. I watch a lot of Gundam. I'm watching Gundam Mobile Suit Gundam Wing on Crunchyroll. I think Gundam's probably my favorite stuff.
I've never actually watched it. I know all of the figurines
Right.
and stuff. Is it actually like any good? Like there's action and good story? Like is it like just entertainment?
Yeah, I would say so. Yeah, for sure. Like that. I haven't watched. There's like 1,000,001 series of them too. It seems like there's so many fucking avenues you can go down for Gundam. But I watch a lot of the '90s stuff. So Mobile Suit Gundam Wing is really good. Do you watch a lot of anime? I'm guessing if you were in the Naruto shirt there.
Yeah, I've got this like Bleach t-shirt.
Oh, is that
right
Bleach?
now.
Sorry, I thought. Oh man, sorry. Fuck, I saw the blonde hair.
Yeah.
God damn it. I grew up watching Inuyasha and Yu Yu Hakusho. Yu Yu Hakusho is my favorite. Of all
Never
time.
watched that one, but I know of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you ever watched? I'm a big fan of Watanabe, the guy from Cowboy Bebop and Samurai Champloo. Have you ever watched any of this?
Oh yeah.
Samurai Champloo is so good. I love this
Yep.
show.
Cowboy Bebop's one of my favorites too. Top 5.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Such a vibe.
Have you
And
watched Space Dandy too?
it's on the list. I haven't
Okay.
watched it. Everyone that says like if you like Cowboy Bebop, watch Space Dandy.
Yep. It's definitely more goofy and comedic, but it's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is just gonna turn into anime.
That's fine. Hey, whatever.
I love it.
It's good stuff.
Have you watched this one's a bit more like it's not underground, but I've never heard it before, like except from this guy, and then I watched it and it was amazing. Golden Kamui.
Never heard of it. No.
It's really good. It's really good. Golden Kamui, like Kamuy.
I'll look it up. I'm gonna look it up on my second monitor right now. Golden. Cool. I'll take a look into it later.
All right, tell me about
Sweet.
it. I'm sure you're gonna love it. It's really good.
Okay, sweet. But as far as like other artists go, one of my all-time favorite artists is Mobius. Have you ever seen any of his work?
Nope.
He's awesome. He's
Mobius, like IAS at the end.
Moebius.
Okay. Is it like drawn stuff, like
Mhm.
painting?
He was a big comic artist. He was French, from France, I think. But yeah, he's the GOAT in my eyes.
Nice.
And I like to look at a lot of. I'm always looking at art stuff too. Like most of the people I'm following on Instagram are artists.
Yeah, you share a lot of people on your stories.
Yeah.
And it's really interesting. Nice. Well, that's
Yeah.
kind of why you like stood out for me is I would just like follow random people and you would be in the likes, like the little pop-ups, like someone like this. And I'm like, this dude's all over the place. Like,
I'm curious. You're like the fifth person to say that to me too. If you see me popping up in places, let me know because I'm curious where the crossovers are with people.
Right. I'll try and tell you next time because I don't remember often their names. Like I see their art, I follow, and then they pop up every now and then.
For sure, yeah.
Like I don't know, maybe this one because this one I follow a lot. Maybe you're aware of him. He's big, but it's Koteri Inc., like the guy who draws.
Oh yeah,
Kings of Nowhere.
Yeah, he's awesome. Yeah,
this guy's really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. So other stuff. I'll send you some people if I ever see you popping up.
Sweet. Yeah, I'm just curious. That's all.
It's good. So yeah, I mean, 5 people told you that. I mean, you're pretty active on social media. Like you have like 2,000 like following accounts. Like you're on there.
I guess so. Yeah. Instagram's definitely my favorite platform just because I like to look at the art on it. But I don't know. Since quarantine stuff, I kind of feel like I'm on my phone more than I would like to be, but there's nothing else to do.
Yeah. How do you manage your time? Is it a problem? Are you too often on your phone?
I would say so, but probably not like as compared to some people, but I don't know. I just want to be like more productive with stuff. And how I manage my time is really just making art stuff. So
that's pretty cool. When you're productive is when you're drawing. I mean, that's kind of the dream right there.
Yeah.
Do you have any other like hobbies than drawing that aren't like professional? Do you read? Do you play music? Like you played the drums, but didn't seem like you were like an actual drummer.
I don't play that. I would, that's definitely a bucket lister for sure. Those to learn an actual instrument. But no, I don't. I used to mess around in Ableton Live. My SoundCloud still has old shit on there. But I think that was okay. I was okay at it. Maybe someday I'll get back into that. But I read a lot too. I try to read as much as I can about anything that interests me, really.
Do you have any stuff? I mean, I love that stuff too. Do you have any recommendations?
Right now, I'm going through this. I think this was a talk from Jiddu Krishnamurti. He was a big philosopher and self-help type guy, but he was just, I don't know, he's more just no nonsense kind of guy.
A skeptic. Not a like.
Pretty much. Yeah, because he had an interesting life too, where he was like chosen as the prophet for some kind of like weird new age movement, and then he kind of rejected it all later in life, and then encouraged people to be self-reliant. It's an essay on a collection of essays on self-reliance, I guess. But he just had a really cool life.
Nice. What was his name again?
Jiddu Krishnamurti.
What's his like ethnicity? Do you know? Where is he from?
He was Indian, from India. But then the British people adopted him and made him the prophet of the Theosophy movement, which was kind of, and he just said, "Fuck you guys, I'm out."
The British have a bit of a problem with the Indians, I feel.
Well, yeah. They,
kind of fucked them
big
up.
Colonial.
Yeah.
The British had a big problem with a lot of countries back in the day. Are they still a colony? I don't think so, but I don't know.
India, you mean?
No. Do the British still colonialize?
Probably
people?
like
I don't think so.
After effects, but not actually like
right. They're not actively taxing.
No, probably not. And not like selling like opium in China.
Right, exactly. You know what freaks me out? Why is the head of state still the Queen of England in Canada there?
Yeah.
What's up with that?
God,
Get that old
it's a
bitch
bit-
off your money. We kicked her out of, we kicked them fucks out of America for a reason.
Yeah,
So
we just
I'm
love her
sounding very
face on our.
nationalistic, but I'm just memeing right now.
Yeah,
I'm
no,
not-
I don't give a
yeah.
fuck about the queen.
Okay.
Don't
Yeah, fuck her.
Yeah,
Get
we
outta
just love
here.
her face on our $20 bills.
All right, get out of here.
Yeah, and they have like the last word on like the big decisions, and it's kind of weird. Anyway,
Fuck them.
well, I don't really give a fuck anyway about Canadian policies and stuff. I'm a citizen of the world. That's how I see it.
Yeah, that's very cool. I would like to. Have you ever? I've only been to Canada. That's the only country I've been to outside the U.S. And it felt like just being in the U.S. But have you ever been? Have you ever traveled much?
Well, I'm gonna flex on you real quick. I've
Okay,
been to
awesome.
Cuba. You
Oh,
can't,
whoa.
You can't do that, can you?
No, wow, no. When I was in Canada, I had a Cuban cigar,
Yeah,
but yeah,
that's illegal.
yeah. I guess so, maybe.
Yeah, I was young. I was like 12 years old. I don't remember much. I just remember like giving my like the t-shirts you wear to go like at the beach, like,
Mhm.
and some Cuban guy wanted it for his son, so I just gave him my shirt. So I just remember.
Cool.
It's all I remember from Cuba.
Nice.
And also catching the turista, the disease that makes you puke all
Oh.
over the place.
Yeah, that's not fun then.
No, yeah, that's why I probably don't remember it much.
Not much of a flex, really. Then.
Yeah, no, it kind of turned on me. Yeah, I've been to the United States, and that's pretty much it. I've been like to Virginia and North Carolina, just
Okay,
all
cool.
for like vacation stuff.
Right.
Where'd you go
cool.
to Canada? Did you ever go to Quebec?
I know, but Quebec seems cool, even though I feel like I would get some stink eyes if I walked through there. From what I hear is that Quebecois people are very
Pretty proud.
Yeah, well, and they're just kind of hands-off Americans, and just
Yeah.
aren't I think the Quebecois people are just very independent from Canadians in general too. I could be generalizing, but this is just what I heard from my friend from Toronto.
I'm curious about the narrative for like Americans. What's going on? What do you hear about us? Like I don't care. I'm not that proud. Like I just
I
don't wanna hear about it.
it's just that am I supposed to say Quebecois people or just people from Quebec?
Quebecois is perfect.
Okay, Quebecois. So yeah, just that you guys are very independent, even of like the Canadian country itself too. You have, it feels like almost a cultural island.
Yeah. Well,
that-
it's a big complicated mess because we were
Yeah.
like the French in the beginning, and then the British came, and we remained in our little bubble.
Mhm.
So we have a different like culture and language. So it's kind of why we're just different. Like
Right.
so it kind of makes sense why people want to split off. But there's definitely a lot of tension going on.
Oh, right. So that's kind of what I had the understanding of, but nothing of like the specifics of it or where
Right.
it's at currently.
Let's not worry about it.
All right. Let's not worry about it.
That's not what we're here. We're here to
Right.
talk about art and Buddhism.
I guess so. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm down to talk about whatever though.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, you said that Canada is pretty much just like the US. Whenever I go to the US, maybe it's because I'm from Quebec, there's a really weird like feeling in the air. I just feel like
Huh.
I feel like it's a bit more trying to be nice. I'm just kidding.
No, for sure. Yeah.
It
Don't hold
feels
back.
more like
I'm not a nationalist. I don't care. Fuck
feels
the
more
US.
gritty. Like
Okay. Yeah.
there's definitely a lot of like poverty, definitely a lot of, especially in the south, like when you ride these, the houses
Yeah.
just look like smaller, and like there's a lot of people that lives like in trailer parks and stuff. Not in
Right.
the north, but although there's a big like if you went like to the central region of Canada, you probably
Mhm.
saw kind of these types of people like trailer park boys too.
What,
I
like
guess.
Alberta?
Yeah.
Alberta type deal. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess
Yeah.
Did you
I went to. I'm from Boston right now, so I live in Boston, and it's more of a urban metropolis setting. So I guess I saw less of that. But when I was at Atlanta's a big city too. I never really got to see much of Georgia proper, which is like the rural part of the outside of Atlanta, but I'm sure there is a lot of less financial affluence out there.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, I've never been to like LA or New York or Boston, any like really like rich big cities.
Yeah, New York's cool. You should check it out sometime if you ever have the chance. I like New York.
Yeah, I hear it's kind of like the Montreal of the United States, like the city where everything is happening.
Yeah, it's just massive.
Yeah.
Yeah, very, very dirty though too.
Yeah, it's always like this. There's like a big bunch of trash lying in. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, when I went to Ottawa, and I just felt like, it was just another city. I could have, if I went to sleep tonight and woke up in Ottawa tomorrow, I would think, oh, I'm still in the U.S. I just I'm at,
Yeah.
It's just.
Do you feel like people are more polite? That's like the big meme, like people always say about Canadians.
That's actually true. Yeah, you're right about that. Everybody spoke in a slightly higher tone. Their voice was a little bit higher, as far as I could tell, and very polite. Like I asked where the nearest liquor store was to a dude the waiter at the restaurant I was at, and he drew me a map on a napkin. I took the time to draw a map.
Yeah, Quebec's pretty much the United States in the feeling of the people. Like there's a lot of like extreme like conservatism and like very liberal people, and people are like more proud and in your face.
Right.
So if it's definitely a different vibe.
Cool.
I mean,
I would like to visit someday.
It's fun.
It seems beautiful too, as far as like the landscape goes.
Yeah, there's some beautiful places. But yeah, it feels like, because we speak French, but sometimes it can be hard to like talk with like French people because the language is so different. Do you know about like
there's like a different accent, right?
Word? Yeah, big one. The curse words that we use. Like, have you ever heard like tabarnak or
no
calice?
No, it sounds fun though. I like it.
It's funny. It's all inspired by the church, because there was a big like anti-church movement back in the day, because they kind of stabbed us in the back. It's a big mess.
Well,
of history.
I like it.
It's
They sound poetic.
Yeah, they're definitely like really satisfying. Like there's good, like they're really good sounding, like tabarnak, like
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I've kind of asked everything I wanted to ask you about. Is there any like stuff that you're into these days, or anything you want to talk about? Just like we're chilling right now.
Shit, I don't know, man. I just fuck. Nothing really.
Been working?
Yeah, just been doing a lot of work stuff and trying to always be inspired with things, doing what I can to stay just stay busy, really.
Are you like active? Do you do any like exercise, or do you?
Yeah, I do a lot of like push-ups and stuff. It's pretty cold out, so once it gets warmer out, I'll start running again. But I don't know, I do some calisthenic stuff in my room when I can.
Hell yeah.
Yep. I feel like I'm out of shape, so I got to get back in shape.
Yeah, COVID.
Chubby American.
Hit us in the face. Yeah. I mean, you don't look chunky at all.
I feel it though. I feel it. I gotta start running again.
Might be your black shirt that's just like hiding your shape.
No, I mean I'm not obese, but
yeah.
I could get in shape again. Wouldn't kill me.
No, for sure. Sure. Do you like watch your diet? Are you pretty good on that front, or you just like freestyle DoorDash every day?
No, I definitely I feel like I just don't eat a lot in general, so I feel like can control myself with portions in that, and I don't really have.
You won't gain too much weight.
Yeah, exactly. It's just because I'm like sedimentary and sitting down all the time,
Yeah.
So waiting for the weather to get nice.
Yeah, it's kind of been crazy. You've been watching the HQ podcast, like the recent ones. Like Ethan is like crazy with his keto diet.
I hope he can.
Mad.
Yeah, I know. People. Well, it's just like dietitian clout chasers too, getting pissy about it. Are you in the members Discord at all? Are you a member?
No, I don't. I'm not in any Patreon. Like I don't have that much money to spend around.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean you're a college student, so that makes sense. Yeah, but yeah, everybody's like, I don't know. It's
Yeah, I mean the comments are pretty bad too, and every time there's like the after dark, people are like flipping. But I mean, diet has
And
become like this personality like trait. Like if you're keto, you're like in the cool squad.
right. It's just, I mean, it's just comes, a lot of it comes down to just eating right and just doing what you can to be
Right.
healthy as far as like exercise
I mean,
goes. But
I've heard some pretty bad stuff about keto, like death related. But
Oh, yeah?
I mean, I'm no expert.
yeah,
But from what
I'm
I
no,
know,
yeah,
like I've had classes of nutrition, but I'm not qualified to talk about. Like
right.
we're not
Same.
giving advice here, all right, people.
Yeah.
Like I've just like the longest going like studies we have, it's like on children that have like epilepsy. So keto diet, like it was kind of, they used it to treat that, and people had less like epilepsy episodes. But then
cool.
they started like having kidney stones at like 14, and they started like having really bad problems. But
Yeah, I feel like it's definitely something you shouldn't be doing
Yeah.
that young, you know? Damn.
yeah, when you hear about it, like all you eat is eggs and steak and like butter and stuff. That kind of sounds like there's might be
It's
something wrong.
Very suspicious.
Yeah.
Yeah, very suspicious. But
Anyway,
anyway,
just be good, be cool, be chill with your diet, and everything should be fine, people.
Right.
Yeah.
I like sweets though, so I don't feel like I couldn't even handle the keto diet.
The carbs are everywhere.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I mean, carbs are cool. They're kind of the boogeyman. It's like pretty lit, in my opinion.
Right. I like them.
Yeah. Well,
I just try not to go crazy with it. Yeah.
that's smart, man. Good move. Like, I don't know if that's too personal. Do you drink at all? Do you like, are you?
Oh yeah. But not like crazy. You don't go
no.
overboard. When I was in, how old are you?
About to turn 20.
Okay,
Well,
when
here
I
it's
was-
legal. Here it's legal
Yeah.
to drink. Yeah.
Oh, dude, when I was in Canada, I was pumped because I was like 19 and I was getting hammered. But yeah, like when I was turned 21, that's when I had my fun, and then I kind of like mellowed out. That's just when I was in school, I would get drunk a lot and smoke a lot, and just now I'm keeping it cool.
How does weed like treat you? How is it like? I'm guessing you said smoke, like you meant weed, right?
Yeah, and,
Yeah.
and cigarettes too. I stopped smoking cigs in college too, but
Nice. Was it hard? Like, were you like big
Oh, it's-
time
it's-
addicted to it?
yeah, but it was easier than I was expecting it to be. But it was a bitch at first, but got over it. I feel fortunate in that regard, but I was smoking a lot.
Is that why you have this beautiful, deep, sultry voice?
I've
Would you
always
say?
had a deep voice, and maybe the cigarettes helped, but I shouldn't say helped, but I've just always had a deep voice, even since like middle school.
You ever thought about like narration or ASMR?
Maybe not. I wouldn't. I've done when I was at Adult Swim. I did one voice acting role where I didn't have any like actual like lines. I just said words, and I like that. So maybe some more voice acting in the future. But
Hell yeah, looks
other than
fun.
that, yeah, it seems fun.
Yeah,
I don't even think I have that deep of a voice too. Like I think I'm pretty medium as far as things go.
kind of deep, if you ask me. I
It's
mean,
I don't think so. Well, I've heard that, but then you hear other people who have way deeper voices.
yeah, there's like really, really deep voices.
Right,
But
like that dude that you impersonated on TikTok. I feel like he has a deep
yeah,
voice.
that guy.
Yeah.
His voice is crazy cool.
I
A lot
love
of
it.
people, like my TikTok got like taken down because it was like bullying or harassment.
Really? But
Yeah.
he liked it though. He thought it was funny.
Yeah, that's the thing. The TikTok you saw was the second take he did because it got taken down. It already like duetted it, and he thought it was funny, and the video was taken down. So I sent an appeal, and a week later came back on, and he did another TikTok, and he said the first one was taken down. So
Whoa,
like props up to him because he
that's sick. So he helped you out then? He did a
yeah,
solid?
big time.
Oh, that's awesome.
His
Shout out to him.
His TikTok is like at 200,000 views or something. That was crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, he's great. I like that guy a lot. I follow him, and he.
So yeah, you followed him. That's why it came up, right?
Yep, I think so. But it came up on my For You page. I don't know. Yeah, so it was cool.
Do you have any like crazy people, but not crazy like in the sense of insane, but just cool stuff you see on TikTok that you, because TikTok is like a gem a place full of like little
Dude,
diamonds.
yeah, TikTok is the most spectacular
It's
app
crazy.
to ever exist. You never know what you're gonna get with the next fucking scroll on there, dude. I
So
remember
cool.
just before I flew to Atlanta, I was at the airport and my friend sent me a video of a plane crashing. And it was like
What
from
the
the point of view from it was on fire. It was a point of view from the inside the plane. And my friend sent me it as just to be an asshole, but it's just crazy shit like that you can find on
Yeah.
there. I love it. I love it.
That's where I stumbled upon Therapy Gecko. I mean, his TikToks are pretty good. Like,
Oh yeah,
they're
he's got
so
a big
funny.
following too.
Yeah, he's doing big.
Yeah.
Good for him.
Yep.
Yeah, TikTok. I'm probably gonna try, but I don't know if you've seen any of the videos I've made. They're pretty like slow paced, so it's kind of hard to like make like little tidbits that grab the attention of people and
For sure, yeah. It's
entice
tough.
them. Yeah, but I'll try because it's definitely a good like marketing tool. Like it's gets around.
That's what Lyle said. He owes most of his success to is through TikTok and like stuff like that.
Yeah.
And Reddit.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yep. You'll hear people always calling in on the show saying, "Oh, I found you on TikTok. I'm glad I caught."
It's such a good show too. I love it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's great. He's good at working with the crazies there.
Yeah, I mean he's pretty good at chilling and
Yeah.
calming down. And there's the whole like music. So it's a
Mhm.
whole vibe. I like it.
Love it.
So yeah. So any good crazy stuff on TikTok you'd recommend if you remember? Because remember.
I mean, I can't really recommend much. I follow a lot of. My favorite thing is I follow a lot of prisoners on TikTok. The people with smuggled phones. Yeah, I follow like
Damn.
5 prisoner accounts right now, and I'm just morbidly interested in their day-to-day life. And
Goddamn.
it's
Got any
I love it.
plans? Got any plans to get arrested or something?
No, I'm good for that. I can live vicariously through them.
True.
You know, I like watching their cooking tutorials from prison.
Damn. What are they cooking?
Crazy stuff. I don't even know, but they'll like the way one guy does it is he'll take the mattress off his bed, and then light a fire on some weird candle thing under the bed, and like heat that'll be the stove top is the bed top when the mattress is
Right.
off. So it's like just the metal frame, and he'll just cook up like tacos and weird desserts on there. I love it.
God damn.
It's very weird, but it's good.
I've never seen it. That's the thing. Everyone has their own TikTok. It's crazy. There's so
Yep.
much content. Like whenever I tried putting the FYP for like the little hashtag thing,
Mhm.
there's like trillions of like this hashtag already being used. It's blowing up big time.
Yeah, it's the biggest app in the world, isn't it? Right
Yeah,
now,
probably.
one of them. Yeah.
Do you know what
That's
happened?
great.
Like back in September, wasn't it supposed to get taken down or something?
Dude, I was wondering the same thing. I don't know what's going on with that, but as long as it's still there, I'm happy with it. You know, I remember seeing commercials because I think for a time you couldn't even download it in the US, but if you had it, you were still allowed to use it.
Down.
So I remember seeing commercials on like TV saying, "Oh, download it now," but you can't. But I think that's since been pulled back. I don't know where it's at, but I hope it stays.
Yeah.
I hate Instagram Reels.
Yeah. I was gonna talk about that. It was like,
Yeah.
I wonder how much time they spent like working on that for just nothing because nobody uses them. It's
Right. They've
bad.
tried to push it real hard on there. But
Yeah.
yeah, I saw a tweet that summed it up pretty appropriately and said, "If you watch Instagram Reels, you're weird." Period.
True.
And that
Big
was it.
time.
Simple, sweet,
Yeah.
accurate.
Whenever I see that small icon with like the little lines and the play button, I'm like, oh, scrolling. No, fuck-
Exactly.
Fuck
Yeah.
you.
Right. Came here for the pictures, man.
True. Yeah. You know. Well, thank you so much for coming on. It's been great.
Yep. Thanks again for having me. It was fun. I had fun chatting.
Hell yeah. Well, looking forward to hearing about the secrets that you don't want the people to know about.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah,
We can
Thanks,
do a
sir.
follow-up. We can do a follow-up interview when that happens too,
would be
if you want.
would be a pleasure, of course. Yeah.
Sweet.
There's gonna be an outro. No worries. We're pretty
Okay.
good. So if you just want to say goodbye to the people,
Hey, thanks for stopping by. Subscribe. Send this video to your friends and tell them to subscribe to Felix Pants. He's the best. He's great. He reached out to me and I was more than happy to talk.
thanks so much for coming on, and see you next time, people. All right. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed today's interview with today's guest, Camgrants. Make sure to check them out. Their links are going to be in the description, along with other links to whatever the fuck we talked about today that might interest you. Make sure to subscribe. Check out this video of mine if you want to. Keep your pants on, and see ya next time. Bye bye.
'Cause this is interviews with pants. Thank you.